Hey guys, Shelter Stone here. Hey, I wanted to give you all a heads up. I went to get my Suboxone script today, as I normally do each month. When I came home, I opened the packaging, and instead of the normal films that I get, I found my script was full of generics. Not a big deal, a little taken back. I think we're all used to the colors and the comfort of Suboxone as a brand, and to come home and find this, it was a little surprising. I just kind of wish that they would have told me at the pharmacy, but that's okay. Let me show you guys some differences real quick. Nothing huge. We have that slit towards the top right of the regular Suboxone film, but on the generic, it's on the left side. So for you left-handed people, you win this one. You still have the square where they can scan that and tell that that's your script. Got a lot number. That's still the same. Still going to be on that the plastic here, but obviously the presentation is quite different. Not as colorful. Let's go ahead and we're going to read we don't have to read it all, but this is the back. And we'll compare it to Suboxone. So Dr. Reddy is the company that makes it. I did a little research, not too much, but I know it says Princeton, New Jersey. They're actually a company based out of India. They recently got approved to do the patent. Well, I guess there was like a lapse in the patent, or it ran its course. Suboxone's been out for a while. I'm not sure if you know that. It's been out for a long time. And now they are legally allowed to dispense this. I did read a couple articles saying that they are now being sued, something about the patent and people having a problem with it, but we'll see how that goes. So maybe this will just be a short-term thing, maybe not. I went ahead and I opened one of the generics. I wanted to show you all what that looks like. This is it right here. It's pretty much the same. You know, it's orange. It's a rectangle film. I do think it's a little bit lighter, and I know you all noticed that big green 8 stamped in the middle there. I already took my medication. I take 8 milligrams a day, and to be honest, maybe it's just in my head. I do feel that it's a little bit weaker. Maybe that is me being predisposed to thinking that generics are weaker medications, are not as powerful. Maybe I have a predisposition of expecting Suboxone and receiving this. But whatever it is, that's how I feel about it. If you all are like me, now I know not everybody taking Suboxone is in recovery, but if you are in recovery, I want to mention while I have you here, go to Facebook. Do yourself a favor. Go to Facebook. Check out @Shelter Podcast. We're releasing a podcast audio story soon. It's going to be awesome. We're trying to remove the stigma from addiction and alcoholism. We got our audio equipment here. I know it's super fancy. We got our microphone. Don't look at those. So we are going to share the story of a young singer-songwriter and his progressive journey through addiction and alcoholism. It's really going to be interesting. But if you're similar to me, I think that you'll all be able to relate somewhere along the lines. There's going to be original music. If you have it, feel free to donate. We'd love to be able to pay our people. Don't worry if you can't. It's going to get out there regardless. The podcast isn't, the first episode isn't out yet, but just a heads up, if you're interested in it, if you're looking for a new podcast, if you're looking to learn a little bit more about what an addict or alcoholic has gone through from their perspective, feel free to add it as a friend. Add @Shelter Podcast on Facebook as a friend. If you're early in recovery, just know that the show, when it comes out in the next couple weeks, it's going to contain some triggers. So if you're new in recovery, maybe you might want to wait a couple months. If you're in a good spot, absolutely listen to it. But the number one thing is safety for yourself. You want to make sure that you don't put yourself in a position that's going to do damage. The show's definitely going to contain some triggers. I hope that this was somewhat helpful. I didn't want to make it too much about the podcast, but I'm so excited about it. Put a lot of work into it. Got a lot of people working in it. We'll see what happens.